Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Self Unboxing. This week we are going to unbox something not that new, but it's nonetheless hard to find item. You can tell immediately what this is from the box. And yes, this is the Xbox Series X. You must be wondering, hey man, the so-called next-gen console has been released for more than a year, why bother unboxing now? So those who are lucky enough to get one of those on the launch day or the months after, this is definitely nothing new. I also gotten a chance to get one myself shortly after the launch day, but for some reason I returned it and couldn't get another one back until recently. Since this console is just as mysterious to many others as PlayStation 5, I think it's worth taking a closer look, especially when you have the physical one on hand. So let's get started. The box for Xbox Series X features the classic black and green theme across all generations of Xbox consoles. And trust me, the whole box is heavy. We'll do some rundown of the specs later. Unlike PlayStation 5, this box doesn't have a plastic handle for you to carry or swing it around easily, so good luck when you are taking it from your favorite retail stores. Let's see what's inside the box then. So we have, of course, the Xbox Series X console. Oh, it's heavy. Put this aside. So, one Xbox Series X controller, and Microsoft is always nice to include a pack of the AA batteries for the controller. So one HDMI 2.1 cable, one power cable, and of course the instruction manual. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, all done. On this side. So, pretty basic setup, right? So we'll take a look at the inside. Just put this aside for now, so we can have a better look. So on one side we can see the power button with the Xbox logo on it. And right under is the disk slot for inserting game disc, Blu-ray disc, CDs, etc. And then eject button just above it. And then we'll take a look at the back of the console. So we can see there are actually two USB ports on the back, one LAN cable port, one power cable port, and then HDMI port. And this one is an interesting one. It's the storage expansion slot for expanding your storage space. So Xbox Series X comes with 1 TB of the SSD hard drive built-in, but with the operating system occupying a lot of space and games are getting bigger and bigger to install, the built-in storage will run out very quickly. So instead of taking the console apart and insert the hard drive yourself like before, Microsoft asks you to buy your own Seagate hard disk to plug into the drive directly. But one of those expansion drives easily costs over 200 Canadian dollars, so if you have spare cash, it may be a good idea. If not, just delete your old games and install new ones, which is tedious and time consuming. We all know by now that Xbox released two models of the newest Xbox, namely Series X and Series S. So if you're struggling with which one to get, if you can get your hands on one of these, we can take a look at the chart for a quick breakdown and comparison. So we'll just focus on some of the items, like CPU and GPU. Series X is a bit faster than Series S, and the GPU power for Series X is way more powerful than Series S. Even Series X has more RAM than Series S. With the extra juice, Series X can push the graphics to true 4K resolution, and Series S will be at 1440p only. Storage-wise, Xbox X has 1 TB built-in storage space, and Series S have half of it. Of course, the most noticeable difference in Series X, which is the disk drive, while Series S is all digital. With the extra disk drive, Series X is much bulkier and heavier than Series S, which is understandable. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. Which new Xbox do you choose then? That depends on a few factors. Other than availability, the most important is your budget. If you just want to have an Xbox and don't care about if you need any disc or if it is diskless or how good the graphics are, you can consider the Series S. But if you're more like a traditional person like me who prefers something tangible, or you're always looking into physical collector's edition, then Series X may be a better choice. At least you have the option of getting physical discs or going digital online. Maybe I just have one episode to talk about digital versus physical games in the future then. We'll just have one nice lineup again. There you go. So that's it for this episode of Cells Unboxing. Don't forget to like and comment this video and subscribe to my channel to see what I'll unbox next time. See you!